Have you ever noticed this? You make good money, you work hard, you save, you budget, you even have money set aside, but it never seems to stay there. Every time your savings finally starts to grow, something comes up. The car needs tires, the air conditioner goes out, a medical bill shows up, your child needs something, a home repair, an insurance deductible, a trip you genuinely need to take. Life happens. So you transfer money, you cover the expense, you tell yourself, I'll build it back, and you do, until the next thing. Then you build it again. Then something else happens. And after enough years, you start wondering, why does it always feel like I'm rebuilding instead of actually getting ahead? If you've ever had that thought, I want to reassure you before we go one step further. You clicked on the right video, because this is not another video telling you to stop buying coffee. I'm not going to tell you to cancel Netflix. I'm not going to shame you for taking vacations or enjoying your life. Today, I'm going to show you the hidden financial pattern that quietly keeps high-earning women from ever feeling like they're truly getting ahead, even when they're doing so many things right. And once you see it, I think you're finally going to understand why your financial progress never seems to accumulate. Before we jump in, if you're new here, I'm Trinette. I've been a commission-only realtor for nearly 20 years, which means if I don't sell a house, I don't get paid. A few years ago, I paid off $66,000 of debt in just 12 months. So trust me when I tell you, I've had to completely rethink the way I looked at money. For the longest time, I thought I had a spending problem. Then I thought maybe I just wasn't disciplined enough. Then I wondered if maybe I simply needed to make more money. But none of those things explained what I kept experiencing. Because every time I finally started feeling like I was making real progress, life would reach into my savings and pull me right back to where I had been before. And here's what finally hit me. I don't think most high-earning women have a spending problem. I think they have an interruption problem. Every time your money finally starts working for your future, life calls it back into the present. Think about that for a minute. Every time your money finally starts working for your future, life calls it back into the present. And before you know it, the money you hoped would build peace ends up putting out another fire. I call this the interruption cycle. It's the pattern almost nobody talks about. You save, life interrupts. You recover, you save again. Life interrupts again. You recover again. And because you're resilient, you keep rebuilding. But after years of doing this, it starts feeling like you're running a race where the finish line keeps moving. Now hear me carefully. This is not the same as being broke. This is not the same as living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, many women watching this video have good careers, good incomes, nice homes, reliable cars. They can handle the emergency. That's not the problem. The problem is that every interruption quietly steals momentum. And momentum is how wealth is built. That's why two women can make the exact same income. And 10 years later, one has accumulated significant wealth, while the other feels like she's always rebuilding. It's not because one works harder. It's not because one is smarter. It's because one has been able to protect more of her momentum. Here's what I realized. I wasn't asking my savings account to do one job. I was asking it to do two completely different jobs. I wanted it to protect me from today's emergencies. And at the exact same time, I wanted it to build tomorrow's wealth. But every time today's needs showed up, tomorrow lost. Can you relate to that? You finally watch your savings grow and think, I'm getting somewhere. Then a deductible, a water heater, a plane ticket you didn't expect to buy, a child needs help, a family emergency. Suddenly you're transferring money, not because you were irresponsible, but because life happened. And here's where so many women start being unfair to themselves. They say, I guess I'm just not good at saving. No, that's not what happened. You saved. You proved you could save. Your savings actually did exactly what it was supposed to do. It protected you. The frustration isn't that you couldn't save. The frustration is that your progress never had enough time to become permanent. That's a completely different problem. And when you understand the real problem, you stop blaming yourself. And you finally start looking for a different solution. So what's the solution? Because that's really why you clicked on this video. The solution is not to stop living. The solution is not to stop taking vacations. The solution is not to hope that life quits happening. Life is always going to happen. Cars will eventually need repairs. Air conditioners eventually break. Kids grow up. Roofs leak. Deductibles come due. Emergencies aren't the exception. They're part of life. The real question is, how do you stop every interruption from stealing all of your momentum? Here's what changed everything for me. I stopped measuring financial progress by how much money I had saved. I started measuring it by how quickly I could recover, without destroying my future. Let me explain. 5 years ago, an unexpected $2,000 expense might have completely wiped me out emotionally. Today, I may still have to use my savings, but I rebuild faster, I panic less, I recover quicker. That's progress. We tend to think progress only counts if the number in the account keeps getting bigger every single month. But that's not real life. Real financial progress looks like this. You recover faster, you borrow less, you swipe credit cards less, you replace what you used more intentionally, you stop turning every emergency into a financial crisis. That's momentum. And momentum is what eventually creates wealth. I think one of the biggest mistakes high earners make is believing that every dollar sitting in savings is already building wealth. Sometimes, it's simply standing guard. It's protecting your family. It's protecting your peace. It's protecting you from going backwards. And that's valuable. Don't underestimate what that money is already doing for you. But eventually, you want some of your money to graduate. You want some of your dollars to stop standing guard and start building your future. That's when wealth begins to compound. Most women never reach that point because every dollar keeps getting called back into service. That's the interruption cycle. Your future keeps loaning money to your present, and your future never gets paid back. That sentence changed me. Every time I transferred money from savings, I wasn't failing. I was borrowing from the woman I wanted to become. And I finally realized I wanted to start paying her back. So here's what I want you to remember after this video. Stop telling yourself, I have to start over, because that's not actually true. You're not starting over. You're starting from experience. You're starting with wisdom. You're starting with better habits than you had 5 years ago. You're starting with more awareness. You're starting with a completely different relationship with money. Please don't miss that, because shame will always tell you to focus on what you had to spend. Wisdom tells you to focus on what you learned while you were building it. I also want to challenge you to stop saying, every time I save money, something comes up. Instead, start asking, how can I build a financial life where interruptions don't steal all of my momentum? Those are two completely different questions. One keeps you frustrated, the other starts looking for solutions. I truly believe that's how wealth is built. Not by avoiding every interruption, but by making sure every interruption doesn't erase years of progress. Proverbs 24:27 says, "Do your planning and prepare your fields before building your house." I love that verse because it reminds me that God values preparation. He isn't asking us to predict every emergency. He's asking us to prepare as wisely as we can for the ones we know will eventually come. Preparation isn't fear. Preparation is stewardship. So the next time life reaches into your savings, don't immediately tell yourself you failed. Ask yourself a better question. Did I protect my peace? Did I avoid debt? Did I solve the problem without creating a bigger one? If the answer is yes, then your savings did exactly what it was designed to do. Now, your next assignment is simply to build it back. A little wiser, a little faster, and with a plan to eventually let more of your money stay invested in your future instead of constantly rescuing your present. Because here's the truth. Wealth isn't built by never having interruptions. Wealth is built by shortening the recovery between them. And that, my friend, is how progress finally begins to accumulate. If this video gave you a completely different way to think about your money, leave one word in the comments: momentum. I want to know who's ready to stop measuring their finances by interruptions and start measuring them by recovery. And if you know another woman who always says, every time I finally save money, something comes up, share this video with her. She doesn't need another budgeting lecture. She needs hope. She needs perspective. And she needs to know she's not the only one living through the interruption cycle. Thank you for spending these moments with me. I'll see you back in the garden for the next one. Until then, take good care of yourself.